So ready or not, here I come. Hello and welcome to my channel. This is a random IT guy speaking to you about Scum and a bit about myself, my experience on several different servers and the likes, as well as some overall thoughts on the game and why I'm doing all this and was it necessary? I think it's well necessary. So. Just to break out of my shell a little bit, so going back to old habits and all that. So yeah, first of all, a bit about myself. My name is Sven. I'm a German fella, but I live in Ireland for the better part of the last 20 years or so. I have my own computer shop, put my little advertisement in the corner there. PC Spare Parts Ireland is the company name, okay. This is what I'm occupied with most of my days, unfortunately. I have to say, unfortunately, yes, yeah. Most people would be glad to have their own shop. And I was for many years, but things in my life have changed in some fashion and shape, and I'm really contemplating going back to streaming right now, and I think I found my rocket fuel today. So this is my breaking out video, my first one, which is more of a podcast that you can easily listen to while you are doing whatever at work or at home or while playing Scum or whatever, you know. So yeah, I'm kind of torn between two worlds. Really, the old world. With lots of experience in IT, obviously working for most IT companies around Europe for a good long time, working for Apple, IBM, TomTom, Unisys, all the big names that you can find in Europe. I've been there at some point in my life before I came back to Ireland and became self-employed. Finally, after many years of a struggle, I had recorded that previously here on YouTube, but it seemed like nobody was interested in it, so that's okay. So I just removed it. I made a clean slate just now in the process here of getting things together. So what's this all about? Well, I play Scum, and my phone goes off with some new messages. Yeah, okay, not relevant right now. So what's this all about? Good question. I love to play Scum. Okay, let's start it like that. I play computer games since I had my first computer back in the day in 1992, I think. It was an old Atari ST. That's how it all started and what gave me the course of getting into IT and all that, building computers since I'm about 16 and having this as a hobby, and then also becoming later a part of my life, work life in that sense, and my educational path and all those things went that way thanks to the early use of a computer. So I'm a gamer basically, okay, and I play a lot of games, some games more, some games less, some games you just kind of be around and see how it becomes, a bit like with Scum here, following it since the early days. Some of you remember when you still had sugar as your main source of food and you could run throughout the island just on sugar, I think the people who know will remember those days fondly as well. So yeah, I've been on and off. I used to stream myself before Scum even was a thing. There was another game called Just Survive, H1Z1. I was on Twitch back in the day, but don't ask me anymore. I can't even remember. It's so long ago, and things and events in my life that led me to this point here right now have caused that I didn't really bother anymore about streaming, or didn't have the time, could say it like that. I mean, if you run a business, there's very little time to kind of do something else than to take care of your business, because even though the shop might close at a certain time, it never really fully stops afterwards, that's just how it is. And I've done this now for this year. It's going to be 10 years that I have my own shop. I had my first shop in Cove Queenstown, for all the UK viewers, formerly known as Queenstown. Last point of call for the Titanic. That's where I had my first computer shop, and then I moved the shop later on, just due to the fact that I was driving like mad from the location where I used to live. It's a long story, probably have to do another video with it, but moved it over to a smaller town where I could live actually above the shop, so I don't have the need of a car anymore, and I'm just here in this place, and I don't have to be stuck in the traffic jam driving 70 miles every day one way, you know, changing tires twice a year, that kind of madness, endless hours being stuck in traffic jams, you know, and stuff like that. So a nice little life, quiet little life, and now feeling the need to kind of oh, Scum is finished. Yeah, lovely. Feeling the need somehow to kind of change my life again. Okay, so in the same way as I always wanted to have a shop, which I have now, even with staff, so I don't need to do everything by myself anymore. I also always wanted to stream. Okay, so, and I have been streaming before with moderate success, so I was just about to get to a point, but then a move came up. The new location didn't have internet. It was a huge mess. So, and in the end, it was for naught, or nothing, as I usually say, nothing by, because the partner that I had, a long-term lifetime partner for 15 years, decided to split up with me when I decided to kind of do my own thing with the shop, and that caused all kinds of havocs, basically finding a new place to stay overnight, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, if you run after the money, you know, you end up lonely. That's the problem. So yeah, different story. So I'm heading back after many years, trying to get back to kind of doing what I really want to do. Okay, and also getting older now. I'm 47. I was born in 76, so good bit older than Rakit, but still being active, mentally fit, still somewhat, even so physically not such a great shape anymore, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I'd say I would like to give it at least a try to stream. And what else could I stream other than Scum, really, you know, because Scum is really the thing that's going to be dominating this year for sure, after so many years that we followed this game, this lovely game, and all its different flaws and different ups and downs that we had throughout the years. So I would absolutely love to go back to this. Okay, so, and that's the plan that I had already in my mind for some time, and I'm about to get it done now. You might think, yeah, okay, should be easy enough with a computer shop to get parts and things. That's right, but funds is a different thing, you know. My life is not based on being rich and famous, unfortunately, so it's a struggle every day, and for me a 4090, for example, is out of the question. Okay, so that's not something that is part of my budget at this moment in time. Various reasons, you know, that I would like to change. Okay, so I have to make do with what I have, as always in my life. And we'll see how it goes. So I can't really say if the hardware that I have right now is fit for the purpose. So what I will do in the next couple of days, I will do a few tests and see how things go, and take it from there, basically, and see if I need to order more stuff. Things like a webcam would probably be a handy thing. Even so, yeah, my environment that I'm living in is probably more like a Scum house than a nice place like at Ray Kids, for example, you know, with all the neon lights and stuff like that. For me, if you come into my room, you really think like, okay, let's check the drawers for some guns or something, because that's how it looks really here. Okay, if you enter one of those Scum houses. Reason being that the house that I'm living in is a very old house. The rental agreement at the time was just for the shop downstairs, which is in a good shape. However, the rest of the building isn't. So upstairs, the last time somebody was living in before I moved in here overnight, basically, because I had no other choice. was in 1987. So you can get the idea what how it looks here. So now, as I rent the place and the landlord doesn't really want to do anything about it, which would cause the rent to go up as well. So I'm kind of stuck in this situation in complete limbo, living off scraps basically every day. Sometimes for a joke I say, if you're hungry you can lick the mold off the wall because it's nutritious. So that's kind of how it is. So, but I don't want to whine too much about it. I'm getting on with this, so I have no problem. I don't have a fully equipped kitchen, for example, and there's no proper bathroom. It's only cold water. I have to boil everything in a kettle, basically. So it's a very bad state that I'm in a way that I got used to kind of work around it and get by. That's my sad little story. So now that I get older, obviously, and I cannot cope with the everyday kind of nonsensical questions of why is my mouse not working, and me responding, have you plugged it in? And the customer responds, oh, I have to plug them in. Yes, you have to plug your mouse in if it's a cable-bound mouse. That's why it's not working. Yeah, right. So I've been through this for many years now, first in my call center times, and then becoming second level engineer, technical mentor, and all those things, having sometimes teams of 300 people under me. Questions all day long, every day, about how is what and what is where and how does work X with Z and all those things. I'm just done with it. Mentally, I'm at a point where I don't want to do this anymore, and I would like to stream, and this is where I'm coming from, basically. Okay, so like I said, I need a bit of time. I was playing with this thought for a while, but I wasn't really expecting it to be that soon, so I'm also a bit unprepared today. So but hey, we'll make the best out of it, and see how it goes day by day, and that's the best I can do, basically. So that's the idea. So now the second part of this video, or this podcast, more than anything, is not really a video, as a podcast really, is what's the state with Scum, and what's going on, and what are my thoughts. And I have to say, first of all, it has come a long way. Okay, so when I think about the first days where we have played this game and were seeing and every new update that came out, and the boats were introduced and things like that, it was just a fantastic time. And I think it needs our attention in certain ways. This year will be most likely the release, hopefully, of 1.0, so public release of the game. I know the guys are working most likely very hard, coming from a busy workplace kind of atmosphere. I can very well imagine how hot it is over there right now. They need to get it polished and going. So I have a good idea on what's going on behind the scenes. So if your project is close from deliverance, kind of so it's not so much the state of the game. There are obviously some bugs in there still. Many, there are issues with cooking and with gardening and with the hitbox of the wolf, for example, which annoyed me greatly the other day when I got kind of bitten by this bloody wolf, just at the moment when I really didn't need it, and I just couldn't find the hitbox of this thing. So with a club or with a bat, you couldn't just club it, and just make it go away. Leave me alone, wolf, not now, kind of thing. And but you get used to it, you get used to pretty much anything, any circumstance in life, that's the beautiful thing about human beings, we can adapt. What, however, I find really a bit like frustrating at times, and I don't mean now especially to bitch up about RK server being shit or something. No, this is not the case. I think you're doing a great job over there, guys. It's more an overall thing that I see on many servers. I'm not kind of just on Raykid's server because he's cool or something. It has to be somewhat challenging for me, okay? I don't like easy ways out. because I'm used to that in my life. I'm struggling every day, so don't give me something too easy because I will get bored really easily. Okay. So it has to be a proper challenge, and that's why I'm on Rekit server, which it is basically. I could also go on play on the solo server, but that wouldn't be an adequate challenge for me. Okay, so I wanna pick a fight with the 6 guys from the base or something, you know, that kind of thing. I'm more of a undercover kind of player in the sense. And by no means I would expect anybody to change rules for me or something like that, you know, only because I'm around. I'm on a server, I have to accept the rules that are on the server basically, but rules is the key point that annoys me greatly at the moment. Rules and something else as well. I see many servers out there where you get a starter kit, for example, and then there's lottery and events and you get loot blown up your behind, left, right and center, which is I find greatly annoying. Okay, let's just focus back on what this game is all about. Okay, the game is a survival game, and if you get gear right from the start as a head start, with the excuse of, oh, but he's a new player and he might need it and it might be a good idea, I find it extremely annoying. Okay, because it fosters this kind of generation that we are already in, where people just expect things to be done in a certain way for them, you know. It's just the wrong way in my opinion. Okay, it's a survival game. Okay, you're on this island and you have to survive, and you shouldn't get any advantages or bonuses right from the start, because then you're obviously into a situation where you call on the admin for whatever purpose, you know, oh, I crashed my plane, can you restore it, kind of thing. This mollycoddling kind of, you know, is not really what I'm looking for on servers. Now, on the other hand, it can be also extremely frustrating if you have plenty of rules. I mean, there are tons of German servers out there, and in good old German fashion, they have about like 40 or 50 different rules before you can even actually, you know, the zombies are already at you by the time you haven't even done this point 43B. You know, raiding at certain times, you know, which is greatly frustrating to me. Okay, so this is kind of a game of survival. I don't see why the intelligence of one person needs to be kind of cut down by rules, you know, only because you found a good spot, like a cave, for example. You know, that has a door on it with a lock on it that can be lockpicked, you know. Why then caves are not allowed to be used at all, I don't see it, you know. There are surely some good reasons, I understand it. I mean, if you block up a cave with a wall, for example, and make it completely inaccessible, and maybe even pour concrete in there to make absolutely sure that this is your cave, then yes, I would probably say as well, yeah, great. But if you can get in with a door like in any other house, you know, then yeah. So I'm just saying, there are too many rules out there, you know. While the hillbilly song is running in the background. So I'm more of a rebel kind of guy. I don't like a lot of rules. No matter if it's this server or that server, I just see that as an overall trend. Either this kind of event servers where you have every 5 minutes a fucking text popping up with annoying the shit out of you with this, that, and the other offer, and yeah, get your ticket now. It's just, that is annoying me a lot. And then also tons and tons of rules, okay, where you have to go back 3 or 4 times in the rule book, you know, to figure out, is that what I'm trying to do right now actually allowed on an island that is otherwise completely chaotic, you know, where no rules should apply in order to survive. I mean, you have to survive somehow, but if you can only survive after a set of rules, yeah, then I think it breaks a bit the game, you know. So there are surely good reasons why X or Y is a good idea or not. But I'm thinking about this in a very different way, and my idea is to have my own server at some point, not now, maybe not tomorrow, but in the near future, where I will basically introduce a complete new concept on how this is done. Okay. Also how adminning is done and those kind of things. I was confronted now yesterday with the fact that whenever this meeting was, I can't remember, the last few days passed by really quickly. So Tree Dog reminded me that there was a meeting kind of. I watched Rakit's stream during that time, but for me, at the time when I watched it, there was no way. Like they disappeared and said, "Oh, there's this meeting, and let's go in there." And I had no idea where to go. Like I was just watching this and I thought like, okay, where are they going? Like, so it's not on Rakit's army server, but on the other server. So there's no link from one server to the next to tell people, hey, there's this meeting today, let's go there. It's a bit like, it reminded me on this day, back in the day in TomTom, where my manager in the morning, when I wasn't even sitting on my desk yet, just taking off my jacket, came to me and said, there's a meeting of a different product group that starts in 5 minutes. You have to go in there. And I'm like, it's not my product. I have no idea what they're discussing in there. I will be just sitting in there smiling most likely, and I don't even know yet where the room is or anything at all, or what I have to bring or anything, but obviously because somebody else was sick, I had to jump in and, do my best to look good in there. So like, it was just like, it would be nice to see an announcement maybe a few days before that on all of your Discord servers, so that we can actually find the place, because for me, I just couldn't find it. I was just like, oh yeah, there must be somewhere in Rakit's server, but they're not there. Where are they actually? Where's this discussed? So now afterwards, I'm obviously confronted with, oh yeah, but it was discussed in this meeting, that I couldn't find the door to, kind of, so on which floor was that, kind of rocket scientry or the other one, I don't know, so guys, make it a little bit more easy, okay? It's not that hard, okay? If you wanna really have people being part of this, but I didn't know that it was so kind of segregated between the two servers, so that's a bit of a note that I have from a point of view from my end. So so I don't mind about the cave. I got wall hacked. Okay, so I was so startled yesterday that I didn't record anything. I was just like, what is this guy doing in my cave? The way this happened is, I was just building inside there, and then suddenly I noticed somebody who came through the back. So not through the main entrance on the front where I have locks that can be lockpicked, obviously. There is no other way to get in or out other than this door. Okay, there's no way to crawl under, climb over. I've spent hours and hours to make sure that it can't be done. Okay, I play this game for a while. I know what people are doing. So what the guy was doing, he used the wall hack and kind of somehow ported through the back of the wall where the stones are. And he was kind of hanging there, slightly shaking, about my head height was where his knees were, floating kind of against the wall, looking kind of around. So I shot him. That was the first thing that came to my mind. Okay, let's eliminate the threat instead of, oh yeah, let's record this. So I shot him, and in this moment when the bullet hit his body, I got a disconnect with, you have been kicked from the server. And I go like, okay, wow, that's odd. So first of all, this guy, Jesus, like hanging there at the wall, and then being kicked after I shoot him. So I was like, for a moment, I thought like it's maybe an admin or something. How did he get in there? But then I thought like, now must be a wall hack of some sort. So, yeah, no matter, I mean, the place is burned anyway. I like to be in such a way that people don't know where I am. So this concept of having a big base on as a solo player is out of the question, because you'll get shot 50 times before you have it finished, okay? There are a few places that I've scouted before that would still give me a chance. There are other places that I would still be interested in looking at, most likely tonight. So that's so I'm not giving up because of I cannot build in a cave. No, that's fine. I need to get back into this game. I haven't been playing since 08.5, I think. You know, Rakit asked the other day, why is it, how come that you suddenly show up again, kind of thing. And I go like, yeah, you know, life, you know, I have a shop to run most days. You know, I'm kind of fairly busy with questions and things, and I would like to change that. Okay, so that's where I'm coming from, and a bit of this and that. I was very sick last year. I was about to die last year. I had a collapsed lung and thrombosis in my left leg. So health-wise, I can't pull the 10 hours a day in the shop anymore. So I had to get some staff to help me out, and they are fairly young and they are into games as well, and they might actually be part of the team if I come up with a server. So it's still a concept right now. I'm not anywhere close from going ahead with this because means is one thing, finding the right place of a server, GG host or ping perfect, is a question of money most likely, and at the end of the day probably have a 10 slot server at the beginning, just to kind of figure out how things work on the other side, because obviously I've never seen how to manage a server in that sense from Scum, what Scum has to offer and all the settings for every single aspect. So that will be quite something, but also a challenge that I would like to do. Okay, something that I'm interested in doing basically. Okay, I need a breather. Hang on just a moment. I'm talking without end here.
Might not seem of any particular interest, but for us, it's
So, a bit of sip of coffee. Yeah, I'm the coffee man without sugar and milk. Okay, I like it black. Purist, you could say. Yeah. I think I've covered pretty much all things. So basically, I have some experience. Yes, you know, about, I don't know, 40 years of gaming experience, experience with PCs, building PCs, selling stuff. I get my stuff from Germany, my parts and all that. Order management. I was just confronted with a list of new parts for this year, 13,000 items that I have to somehow get into my online shop. So I'm going to have a meeting tomorrow with a potential new hire, a job interview basically, so that I'm going to hold with her, and let's see if she's suitable. So that is what I have to do tomorrow. I need basically somebody who just crunches this list down to something that we kind of, you know, need to make use of. Like, I wouldn't sell all those 13,000 items. It's very difficult to manage even more than 500 items by yourself if prices change and things like that. There are surely some nice logistic ways of doing this, but again, there are some financial constraints on how to do all those things, and the solution that I chose doesn't allow me a lot of kind of changes for the online shop. So that's what's going on for me tomorrow most likely. So I won't be able to pull an all-nighter again tonight with gaming. Yeah, there's still an outstanding order for somebody as well for a computer. So I need to get the parts together, confirm the order tomorrow. So yeah, so we'll see. So yeah, that's what's going on in my normal life, kind of, other than gaming, you know. So I still have to manage a few things. It's not like massively, it doesn't require my attention all the time. Biggest load of me is that I have some staff now who's dealing with the everyday questions down there. I have a computer shop with parts and pieces. We repair laptops, build PCs, upgrade PCs, order parts for people, for gamers and businesses and the whole lot. And we also have a small vape section. So it was funny when I saw Rakit vaping Lost Marys. So I sell them here in my shop as well. So I'm trying to get also going at the moment a little bit of a gamer corner. Things like, okay, what else do gamer need when they game? They vape obviously, and then they might need some sweets or some energy drinks or whatever. So to extend this is another thing that is going on my list at the moment. So yeah, some of those things that I have to deal with other than gaming still. But the aim is for this year to kind of get more and more over to regular streams and things like that. So I might just show around what I mean with a few servers that I've seen, just a server overview, what is out there basically, what kind of, because not everybody is like me, obviously, purist and wants to have it without rules or whatever. So if you just looking for PvE server and just get the first things going, a bit understanding how base building works and things like that. I mean, Raykid's videos are definitely great, and they kept me interested in the game, I have to say. This is kind of overall the time, even if you couldn't kind of find the time to watch the entirety of his streams, then I could at least see what's new in which update, and what's happening with base building and engineering and whatever, so that is also what brought me back to the game again. I was playing a few other things, always about how much time do I have for what, but now that I've finally done my taxes, so I have a little bit more time at my hand, aside from the few things that I already mentioned there, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I'd say for now, that gives you a bit of an overview of where I'm coming from. It might be a bit of chaotic, but this is just the way I am. My thought process is not always straightforward. There are lots of aspects left, right, of the main track, if you like. So I kind of pull them all together a little bit and just see what's going on and what I have in mind and what my feelings are towards the State of Scum. So altogether, yes, I mean, we know there are lots of bugs that still have to be polished out before it's going to be a success. So a lot of people are turned off by certain bugs. I was turned off myself several times by some game-breaking bugs in the past, but I think we've been past this. No more guns stuck in trees and things like that. At least I haven't seen it. I mean, now the big thing seems to be items stuck under chests, so that's okay. At least you find it again. I remember running hours and hours after an M16 that I found somewhere many years ago, and that I found it stuck in a tree, and I had to fell the tree because it wouldn't come out of the tree. So yeah, lots of funny things we have seen over the years, and I think we are in a good position right now, but it's just more of an appel onto the owners of those servers to kind of not over-regulate, okay? I think it would be way more important for people to have a fair experience, yes, but is cave buildings in caves really a game-breaking thing, kind of, that is one thing. But then again, there might be other good reasons that I don't know yet of, because I'm not so tuned in that, the last 3 or 4 years, it has always been a tradition for that 6-man crew to kind of raid from a base that cannot be had. Yeah, like then put some restrictions, at least in the sense of, okay, it has to have a lock, that you can lockpick it. That would make more sense than to generally say, okay, you cannot build in this cave, but in that cave. I understand that it's a simple compromise, no, but not all caves are the same, It's just how it is. Okay, I think that's about it for my daily rant and my thoughts on this for now. There will be more. I'm going to try to record a few things gameplay-wise. But I had a little mishap happening while I was just sorting out OBS and all the other things. I realized that I had a Valheim folder on one of my drives. I played Valheim as well for some time ago as well, and for whatever reason, Scum was in that Valheim folder as well, so I just deleted the Valheim folder and deleted Scum as well. So I was re-downloading Scum just now, which might be a good idea anyway, because since the updates, things have changed, and maybe some old files might... So it takes a moment for me to kind of set it all up graphically wise, and there was this question the other day with the black spots and stuff. You will find that on some systems you need to tweak this for quite a while, okay? Take the time to do it, because it's well worth it to get a few extra frames out. I had a lovely setting just now that I found, so I'll have to find it again now. DirectX 12 makes things a lot easier these days, and then it's just a matter of what can your card do. DirectX 12 helping you out in the sense of that all of your CPU cores are used basically, so you don't just run it on 1 or 2 cores and kind of make use of all your 8 or 16 cores that you might have. So DirectX 12 is always a good start. It works quite well, and then it's just a matter of what graphics quality you want to set, and all the finer details and all that. And that's what I have to go through again, unfortunately, today. So I need to eat something as well. So we'll see what we do. So thanks for your time and your patience and listening to all my rant and this nonsensical stuff from this weird new guy. I had posted this earlier to a Tree Dog, I think. I am close from 3,700 hours in Scum. That wasn't intended to kind of be bold and be thick, but because since I'm on the server, I'm kind of constantly being treated as, oh, he's the new guy and he has no clue. So I just wanted to say, like, no, I have a clue, and I'm with this game for many years, and I have a couple of hours under my belt, maybe not as much as I would have loved to have, but yeah. So we'll see. So what I'll do tonight, I will most likely move out from that cave and find a new spot if I can, but I can't spend all night on it because I have this meeting tomorrow. So yeah, and then we'll see, and will be the streamer from Raykit tomorrow as well, so, and see how it goes there. Okay, I hope his sword isn't developing into something worse. There are lots of people with flus and things that's going around, like I said, yeah. So you have to be careful with it. Okay, so guys, stay safe, take your vitamins, and I see you next time. Okay, thanks for watching or listening. Much more listening than watching, but there will be much more to watch soonish, I hope. All right, cheers.